What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Suplex City Geeks. Steve here, the Mad Steve, and joining me today for episode number 10, I got Brian with me, the Wizard Brian.
The wizard, Brian Touche. I
Yeah.
returned.
Yes,
I've returned. I
have
haven't been on
returned.
in like 5 episodes.
Yeah.
But
It's been quite
but
a
that
while. No, you weren't. You were on. No, you weren't. I didn't do
I
it by
haven't been
myself.
on in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. It's been a
Well,
while. It's been a while. Yeah, right. Yeah.
in all fairness, I moved.
Yes, you did. You did.
And I had other things go on.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair, dude. That's what that's what the adulting has to do. You got to be an adult. You got to do shit. So you can't just always have fun here on the podcastings and shit.
Right.
I get it. It's all
Um.
good. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. It's been an interesting couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah.
But I'm back.
Yay! I'm glad you're back,
Yay!
dude.
I'm back to talk wrestlings.
Yeah. Let's talk wrestling.
I mean,
Wrestling. So it's been a good couple weeks for wrestling too.
it really has.
Yeah.
Um, it was something because like as I told you off air, it's like I nearly missed tonight because I fell asleep with my kids. I woke up at like a quarter to nine. I'm like shit. I was like,
Yeah.
uh, I gotta go record.
Yeah.
But I'm
You can
back.
do that. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, because if not, it would have been another week of me talking by myself for an hour and change. Because what's funny? I think I've mentioned it before. Like I'm enjoying talking to myself, which is kind of crazy to sound. That sounds crazy because you don't want to seem like a crazy person talking to yourself.
Well, if you want, I could leave.
No. Don't leave. Don't leave. I enjoy having the conversation. I enjoy talking with you and talking about the wrestling and shit like we usually do. But it was cool. Like the last few weeks, I talked about a bunch of shit. Because of course there was a bunch of shit that went down that week that I recorded. Other than the rumbling thunders that's going on right now.
Yeah, that's some
Um,
wild shit.
yeah, that's literally like right outside my window. It's fucking crazy. But but yeah, we've had some really fucking good wrestlings this the last couple weeks. I guess I can start with Slammiversary was actually really fucking fun. I really highly suggest people check out Impact Wrestling because it is really fucking good. Their pay per views are literally about 3 hours long, about the length of Monday Night Raw, and it's quality stuff. It's great stuff from beginning to end. So check out Impact Wrestling. Check out Slammiversary if you haven't watched it yet. It's been a couple weeks since it happened, but it's good. It's really good. You can find it on Fight TV and on their YouTube stuff. You just gotta pay a few. Of course, you gotta pay like I think it's like $15 or whatever. But you find on Fight TV, it's probably the same thing. But Impact Wrestling is really damn good. Their Slammiversary is fucking amazing. It was also the 20th anniversary of Impact being a thing because of course we had TNA, but they changed, they rebranded and something. But it's been 20 years since Impact really became a thing. But it was good. It was fun. They had a few people come back. Uh, AJ Styles made a not necessarily a comeback. He did like a little bit of a promo package similar to the promo package we got at Raw, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it was cool to see the WWE giving him the opportunity to go reach out to Impact because he pretty much was a huge part of Impact Wrestling back in the day when he was there for TNA and stuff. But like I said, it was a really good pay per view. I definitely suggest you guys go check it out. Uh, and then we can go into Monday Night Raw from this week before we get
Yeah.
into the good stuff, into the nooks and crannies of the show.
Well, Uh, Before we get into Monday Night Raw, let's just
Mhm.
give a let's just get this out of the way. Breaking news in terms of WWE: Logan Paul signed with them.
Yeah, yeah, that's a thing now.
That's the thing. Logan Paul
But
surprises me.
honestly, yeah, he surprised me very much, very, very much. I go super surprised. Like, okay, he's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to
Um,
see him
yeah,
wrestle against other wrestlers and you know not just work with
right,
the Miz.
right, exactly. But if it does wind up being a thing, he wouldn't necessarily be working with them. He'd probably be working against them
Yeah, and like
because, as what we saw, at the end of WrestleMania, we kind of had
oh
a
that's right, that's right. I forgot about that. This is how
yeah,
much I care about WWE.
yeah. There was that turn of Miz pretty much going up against them. So even though Logan Paul looks pretty good, I'm I'm kind of like on the fence about seeing him come back. I don't know, like celebrities being in wrestling. It's when like uh, a good celebrity that showed up and he did his thing. He actually was surprisingly good. But do I want to see more of him there? Probably not. I don't really care for him. I don't really care for anything he really much does, but like it's whatever. Um, but it would be interesting to see what's gonna come out of him being there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. Probably the best, like I've mentioned it before, the best celebrity thing that happened out of pretty much anything really is the fucking Bad Bunny. Uh, what was it last year's WrestleMania? That was actually really good. And then also for this WrestleMania when they had Jackass against Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
That was fun as hell. Literally Jackass versus Sami Zayn because it wasn't just Johnny Knoxville
yeah.
where Wee Man kicked Sami Zayn in the nuts. It was great. It was great. I enjoyed it. Oh no, he body slammed. He didn't kick him. He body slammed him, which is the equivalent of like Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what else happened this week?
It was the John Cena 20th anniversary.
Ooh.
As,
Ba-
as
ba-
brought to
da-
you
ba. Ba- ba- da- ba.
as brought to you by former CEO Vince McMahon,
Yeah. Yeah.
who's getting so much pop going on and keeps
Why?
doing these
Why?
TV appearances.
Why? First off, we don't really want to talk too much about it, but the fact that like he's a jackass and he's done so much jackassery. Yeah, and it's bad that I'm putting his name with that, but like,
I'm Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and this is Welcome to Jackass.
yeah, yeah,
And
he,
they show a tour of his house.
yeah, like I don't why is he getting so much of a pop? Like I get it, like he helped pro wrestling become what it's become in the last like what 40, 50 years. I get it,
Yeah,
I understand that, but with all the shit that's been going on the last few weeks, which we didn't touch on because, of course, we weren't around, we weren't doing the episodes. But with all of that going on,
with all
and
that going on, he's
and
still
there's
fucking making
still,
appearances.
yeah, there's people are still going crazy over him. Doesn't make sense to me.
It makes no sense. It's like, come on, the man is a piece of shit.
Yeah, like they're praising him like he's a fucking god and shit. Like, yo, like, dude, seriously?
There's there's the allegation of the woman, the female ref that um
That was
the
rape, pretty
female ref,
essentially. That was
yeah.
that was that was that was the thing.
and it was
Like,
and it was a payoff, and then there was like an affair with a female wrestler, and then like
And
Uh,
then the what was it? An accountant, I think pretty much it was, or something, or like no, it was a paralegal.
uh, yeah, it was Johnny Laurinaitis was involved in some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
he's done. Fucking Kevin Dunn is done.
Hmm.
Yeah,
He's
Kevin is
done.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's some shit with like supposedly insider trading.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much shit going on in that. But
Yeah.
this is a company that is PG and for all the family,
Yeah. And
right?
all the shit that's going down is not family friendly.
No, no, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I mean, maybe that's the reason why they let go of a lot of their talent because they need to pay fucking legal bills.
Yeah. The fact that like yeah, it's ridiculous. The fact that like the girl the paralegal that was there, she was making $100,000 a year, but
Mm-hmm.
they upped her salary to $300,000 a year once she
Yeah.
started having that affair,
Mm-hmm.
and then messing around with Laurinaitis at the same time too. Because they essentially said was that she was a bit of a play toy or whatever. He gave it to her to Vince gave it to Laurinaitis as a play toy, which is gross. First off, like you don't say
Mm-hmm.
shit like that. Um, but yeah, it's just fucked up what happened there. It's a real fucked up situation for that. Um,
But like now with
but
this going on, it's like Triple H is back apparently.
apparently, still behind the
So
scenes. But
yeah, but does this mean that we're gonna get his NXT again?
I don't know. I don't know. And then Stephanie is pretty much considered the CEO now, the
Yeah,
interim CEO.
like I wonder if the reason why she left was because of this whole thing
I'm pretty sure.
initially. So who
It wouldn't
knows?
surprise me if that's what the real reason was.
Who the fuck knows? But it's some
Yeah,
crazy shit going on in that company.
yeah. It's a lot of crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. And then
So
now
yeah,
having yeah, but you know, but now we have John Cena back for more than just one
yay.
night.
Yeah, more than well, allegedly more than just one night.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see how that happens because they just said, oh yeah, he's gonna be here for his 20th anniversary, which is cool. It was okay. It was cool seeing him there and everybody giving him his praise.
Mm-hmm.
Until pretty much Vince came out and it was like, okay, yeah, and everybody was like praising him like a fucking god. I'm like, why? Why? Back to that again. It
Yeah.
just
But what I thought was cool was that we got to see wrestlers that aren't with the company anymore
right.
praise him, such
Yes.
as Brian Danielson, but still
Hmm.
under Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, of
The
course,
Big
because you're
Show,
not. They're
right,
not gonna give up the fact that he's at a different company with a different name.
right. I mean, Paul White, you know, The Big Show,
Yeah.
And then Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
So it was cool seeing like those guys praise one of their like former coworkers.
Hmm.
Um, but that's all I care about Raw. Then there was a pay per view this weekend.
Yeah. There was a great fucking pay per view in
So yeah, so AEW promoted Forbidden Door,
yes,
uh,
a cross
Tony Khan
promotion.
cross promotion Forbidden Door. This
Yes,
was when this was
this past
when did
Sunday.
no I obviously but like when did like TK make the announcement and then
Like
Adam Cole
a month and a half ago.
something like that, right? It was on a
Yeah, because
Dynamite.
it was very very little timing between both. It wasn't too much time between like, oh yeah, when it was announced and when it actually went
Mm,
down. So probably like a month or two. Just after, just after. I think just before Double or Nothing actually.
right, but we got to see Forbidden Door, and
Yes.
holy shit, if this wasn't the best pay per view,
What's a pay per view,
oh
dude?
my god. From start to finish, it was just
Mm-hmm.
so fucking good.
Yeah. It was fucking great.
Every,
Even
every
not just
match.
from the start of beating, but also like the buy-in was actually really good too. Before you even got to see the pay-per-view version, like the buy-in was actually really good. Usually a lot of buy-ins outside of AEW just like literally just talk for an hour or so before the actual show happens. But the buy-in had 4 different matches.
That's amazing.
Each match went about like 15, 20 minutes for an hour. And it was good. It was really good. I was not that I was surprised, but like I really enjoyed the buy-in a lot. Um, yeah, it's regulars, of course. You know, you had the factory who tends to be, sometimes just workers, and in this case, they were the workers, of course, against Goro and Yoshihashi, who are actually going to be going up on Rampage this weekend, on this
Yeah,
Friday.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, for the what's it, for the ROH, for the AEW title,
Hmm.
which of course, granted, they might not get it, but it's still going to be a good
It's
match.
yeah, it's still gonna be a great match.
Yeah. But that was actually a really fun match, of course, because um, the factory, Aaron Solo and QT Marshall are actually really good workers. Like
Hmm.
they really know how to put some money over. And but the fact that like these guys from Japan are actually really fucking good. Goto is really good, and Hashi is fucking great too. So it was good to see them in the buy-in. The very first match of the buy-in was great. And then there was Lance Archer against not necessarily a somebody from New Japan, but he went up against Nick Comoroto, who is actually part of the factory as well. And this was it was a good match, a bit of a squash because of course Lance Archer, you expect Lance Archer to win because he is the bigger guy. He is the guy that you want him to win because they're trying to give him a bigger push and I see it and I love it because I love Lance Archer in the ring. He's really fucking good. He's been around for quite a while. He used to be in the NFL. He used to be in the NFL. He made his way over to fucking WWE. Pretty much left WWE or was fired or whatever. Um, and he's here now and he's fucking good. He's a badass. He's been in Japan. He's done so much shit in fucking Japan. He was the IWGP um, champ for a while. The US WGP IWGP champ. You hear the rain outside? That shit is loud.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. It's insanely loud. But Lance Archer won. It was like I said, it was a really good match. Two big dudes going at it. Fucking fantastic. I love it. Lance Archer won. It was great. Then we had two dudes that I've been loving watching for the buy-in. We had uh, Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee going up against Kanemaru and El Desperado.
And
I really
they're a
I've
great
seen a
they're a great tag team too.
yeah they are they're really fucking good. Swerve and Strickland, Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee are a fantastic tag team. Uh, Especially seeing their workings since Double or Nothing
Hmm.
when Swerve eliminated Keith Lee at the Battle Royal, which is very interesting to see how they're working afterwards. Because of course, they're a tag team, but your tag team partner eliminating you kind of makes you think like, are we still on the same page, or are we just doing this for the fuck of it right now? So it's good to see where that story is going and how it continues because it's still going on and how it's still working. And they're like, yo, are we a team or are we not a team? But there were some really good spots from Swerve, great spots from Keith Lee, and it was just a fantastic fucking match. That was great. Of course, Swerve and Lee won. which I wasn't surprised, obviously, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. And then we had the Ass Boys uh, and Max Caster going up
Li-
against. Hmm?
listen,
Yeah,
listen.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yo,
yo, yo,
yeah,
his raps are getting better and better every week.
dude, they're great for a dude that yes, he is a rapper, but not only just as his rapper, his rapping getting really good. Like his in ring is actually really fucking good too. It's gotten better and better too every single week, especially since like for a while he's pretty much doing. He's been doing the solo stuff since his partner's pretty much been out with a knee injury.
Hmm.
Um, but it's been good. It's been good seeing what he can do in the ring without having Anthony Bowens by his side.
Yeah,
And it's
the
also
most.
good seeing the acclaimed essentially with the Ass Boys. A really good combination that I wasn't expecting to actually make sense overall,
I
but
mean,
I like it.
the most Bowens could do right now is yell out the city that they're in.
Yeah, yeah, because of course the Ass Boys always tend to fuck it up. That's their thing. They fuck it up
Hmm.
purposely, obviously,
Yeah,
to get that heat from the crowd, and then the acclaim come through and actually you get the pop from the acclaim because that's just what
oh,
you do because everybody loves the acclaim.
they're, I look forward to that theme song playing,
Yeah, me too.
and and I've told you this in the past. It's like I'll literally go on YouTube and just watch the best of his raps.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one from like a couple of months ago where he told Christian he's not the same.
Yeah,
He's
he
not the
doesn't
same
have the
because he didn't
same
have an
edge as he
edge.
used to. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was great.
uh, fucking
Yeah, but
great.
they went up against. So this was fun actually. This was really fun because they went up against the LA Dojo, which is the kind of like the equivalent of like NXT for at New Japan.
Okay.
Uh, so it's a bunch of pretty much workers from they're actually really good, but it was a 4-man match, like I guess an 8-man tag. But at the beginning of it, uh, Danhausen came out and it was like, oh wait, we can't play this, and he gave he had a different theme song for them, which was the theme song that was created by the guys at uh what is it minutes past midnight or whatever, or
Okay.
metal past midnight or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's we're the ass boys, and uh Colton and Austin ran out of the ring to go find Danhausen.
That's great.
Yeah, so it wound up becoming uh a handicap match between the LA Dojo and then Max Caster and Billy Gunn. And obviously Matt Caster and Billy Gunn won that, and that was a really fun match. It was really cool, and that led us to the main card, which is actually really fucking cool. What did you think about the main card in general? Which
The main
I'm pretty sure we said it already. It's fucking great.
the the main card was just flawless.
Yeah, not a dull moment throughout the entire thing.
Not one.
Yeah, like I really enjoyed the first match. It was actually Jericho, Sammy, and Suzuki, which I fucking love watching Suzuki in the ring.
Oh yeah.
With Kingston, Wheeler, Yuta, and Umino, which this is the first time I actually seen Umino in ring. He's done a bunch of things, of course, but he was also in the I believe he was in the best of the Super Juniors. But I've never really seen him fight before. Um, seen everybody else obviously, but uh, this was a fun match. It was a fun opener, um, and I enjoyed it. Like I love Jericho, and I have watched Jericho for years, and obviously you love Jericho, um,
What gives that
but
away?
I don't know. I can't call it. I can't quite put the I can't quite put my finger on that J right there. Um, but yeah, uh, but yeah, like I really wanted Eddie Kingston and Yuta to win.
Yeah.
I really wanted that, but of course they didn't. But it was still a good match. It was still a really good match. It was a really good opener. Sammy, of course, obviously showboating and doing his thing, being the sports entertainer that he is now.
Yes, yes. He's no longer a pro wrestler. He's a sports entertainer.
Right, right, and he's good at being a sports entertainer because essentially he has the style, he has the flow, he knows what he's doing in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But just being a sports entertainer, he's just taking it to that next level.
He's fantastic.
Yeah,
Like
and
I like I love watching Sammy Guevara. Like
yeah,
I love watching him so much. And then I was bummed at Dynamite last year when I went and like he did the cue card thing, and then like
yeah.
got attacked by Miro. I'm like fuck. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing him wrestle.
Yeah, because that was right around the same time that Miro had the title too, right?
Miro had the title
The
at that
TV
point.
title, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's around the time that they had the feud for the TNT title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sammy won it from him like a couple of weeks later.
yeah. But that was a fun match. Like it was cool. Like I said, like I didn't want them to win, but of course, you know, you can't always get what you want, especially when it comes to
Right.
wrestling. Yeah. Well, until we get to what we saw this week later on. But then we had Roppongi Vice, who was Treboretta and Rocky Romero, who we've seen both of them before in AEW, but Rocky Romero mostly is in New Japan. He's a New Japan dude. Um, and Trent Barretta, of course, he's the AEW dude, but they've also like had a lot of tag teams together back in the day, both in the Indies and in other places, um, and they've been really good. But at this point, I think they had a tag team run in New Japan as well as Roppongi Vice. Um, but they're really gonna ring, like I said, and they went up against the United Empire and uh, and
And
FTR.
which FTR is my favorite tag team ever.
Dude, they're fucking great, dude.
They're fucking amazing. Dax and Cash are just fucking great.
Yeah, they're fucking great. They're amazing. Yeah, I love FTR. They're fucking great.
Yeah. So it's crazy too, cause like I mean FTR is all banged up and shit too, and like it was just a lot of hard work and dedication in this match. And then basically, uh, you know, we ended up getting FTR winning the titles, which is just fantastic. 'Cause now they they hold three different sets of tag team championships. Um, and what I really enjoyed too was their Twitter at the end of the night, or it's they're sitting down all banged up, injuries, separated shoulders, and they're just like cheersing with tequila. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um,
they're 7-star FTR now.
yeah. And I love that their outfits now are for Pride, and like each star is done
Yeah,
in
it is
the
pretty cool.
colors. Because like I mean, as we touched base on it a while back, but like being Pride Month, and you know, a good chunk of the talent in AEW are in the community, and it's really cool that like they're getting all the support that they do. Um, and yeah, it's really dope that FTR is part of that team. Um, but like these guys work, and it's just it's just something, man. Like these guys really work, and I'm so grateful that they got 3 sets of titles. I'm just looking forward to them eventually, hoping maybe get a shot at the Bucks to get the AEW tag titles to just have 4 sets of belts. It'd be nuts.
I'm pretty sure they will get that shot again.
At some point. At some point.
They absolutely
Um,
deserve it. So I wouldn't mind when that happens.
the next match on this card was the Bastard Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus Clark Connors for the AEW All Atlantic Championship. And that was a match too. And the outcome of that match was something I did not expect. I thought it was going to go to either Miro or Malachi, in my opinion.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, because like it seemed like that's the way they were going for it. Um, but the Bastard Pac put on that beautiful 450, and then got the win, and I was like, holy shit! Like, I literally went. So the way my apartment's situated is that the TV is in the living room, and the kitchen is literally just a foot and a half away, like out of distance from the viewing of the TV. And so, like, I literally went to just go fill my water, and that happened. And I was like, holy shit. Like, this was so fucking good.
Yeah, it was really, 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 really good.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. Then the next match was the Bullet Club versus the Dudes with Attitudes. We had
it was the return of the Dudes with Attitudes, because the Dudes with Attitudes was a tag team back in the day in WCW with Sting as well.
But yeah, that was a fun one. What I thought was really great with this was that when Sting's music hit, it was like, where the hell's Sting? Where the hell's Sting? And then after a couple of minutes there, they shine up, and I'm like, oh, this dude's coming out from the rafters, because they kind of like spooked you and tricked you. But then he ended up just jumping off of the fucking the entrance and landed on all of them. And I was like, this dude's 63. He's 63.
He's doing crazier shit when he's now that he's 63 than he did when he was fucking younger.
Yeah, 100%. But this match was really, really fun to watch too, and just everybody in this match had really great chemistry. Yeah, and then it was nice. It was nice seeing the Dudes with Attitudes get the win.
The original Dudes with Attitude was, of course, it was Sting, El Gigante, Lex Luger, Paul Orndorff, Rick Steiner, and Scott Steiner, and the Junkyard Dog.
Okay. Then the next match was Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Title, and I really wanted Toni Storm to win this one. I was
Me too. Like I enjoy Thunder Rosa, but I was not. I enjoy her run so far, but like I really wanted Toni Storm to actually win.
Yeah, like I wanted Toni Storm to win too, because it's like Thunder Rosa has had her moment, you know? Like it's time for somebody new to come in and hold the title for a bit, and
right. But she's only defended it like 3 times.
Yeah. So I mean, it would be nice for someone else to get the title. And of course it was cool that, you know, there was a handshake at the end, because that's always respect.
Right, but you know this isn't the end of that.
Of course. The next match on the card was Orange Cassidy.
And before we mention that, before we mention that, it was the fact this was the only women's match on the entire pay-per-view. Because for those that don't know, New Japan has no women there. It's all
Right.
dudes. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was that was the only highlight that was there for women in general.
Um. So the next match on this bout was Ospreay versus Cassidy, and this was something that I thought was match of the night because these guys really, really, really know each other, chemistry wise.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. Both,
And
and what's good about it is that both their styles blended together. That was fucking great.
yeah, it really did. Yeah, like I still don't understand how one could wrestle with their hands in their pockets and be that fucking cool. Uh, but this dude is fucking great. Um, and then Osprey just really was mind blowing because this was my first match of me watching Osprey do anything.
That's right. This was the first time because we saw him on Dynamite and Rampage a couple times, but this was the first solo match that you've really seen with Osprey. And
Yeah,
he's actually I've seen him a few times previously in New Japan, and the match that I saw with him, I was completely like transfixed with his style. I was like, yo, like he's fucking good. He's really damn good with what he does. Like I enjoy it like crazy. Um, and just seeing how he puts together just every little move and just twists it and turns it to in his favor. It's fucking insane, and I fucking love it. Like, cause it's just like this is something that you would expect from like a younger person that you don't really see much. Um,
yeah,
you don't expect them, especially he's a younger person. He hasn't been around for a really long time, and you're just like, wow, he's fucking insanely good.
but it was like counter after counter after counter
Yeah.
after kick out after kick out after kick out, and I was just like,
Yep.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for yeah, that was a great match.
Yeah. It was, and then of course, being the greatness that he is, and I've said it before on Twitter, like he's like, why is he so good? Why is he so fucking good at what he does?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he's pretty young too. He hasn't even hit 30 yet. Um, he's fucking
Yeah,
great. Like
he's like 25 or some shit.
yeah, like he hasn't even reached his peak yet,
No.
and he's fucking fantastic. He's the Rev Pro champ. He's also the ICGPW US champ, I believe. Um, it's really
Um.
damn good.
So the next match on the card was Zack Sabre Jr. versus the mystery opponent, the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club, and this is somebody that we wanted in AEW for quite some time. Ever since his contract expired and he just suddenly left WWE, and that person is none other than Claudio Castagnoli, formerly known as Cesaro, and he looked so happy to be there. He looked happy, he looked healthy, and it was just fun watching him because you could see how
Yeah,
happy he
absolutely.
was. He was just having fun, you know, and like I really thoroughly enjoyed that match too, uh, and the fact that what you showed me was that previous Cesaro matches was he gets defeated after 3 minutes and change, but this time his first match ever in AEW, it's like 18 minutes and change, and he gets the victory. So it's nice that they're treating him with respect and actually giving him time to wrestle and not just be like, hey, it's Cesaro. We don't know what to do with you again, yada yada yada, which is bullshit. Because the man is fucking
Yeah, the good.
talented in the
Yeah,
ring.
exactly. He's fucking great. The good thing about AEW, and not only just AEW, but also like Tony Khan, is that like he knows how to put together a card.
Oh,
He knows how to put
100%.
together matches. He knows what he's doing. and what he wants to do with people. So I'm super glad that he's there, and the fact that like he's not getting thrown into just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna throw you there, we'll
Right.
figure something out. Like
It's
from the get, there's a plan.
and I love the memes going around of the hug, and it's like I was
Yeah.
getting hugged by the
Why are
way
people
Tony Khan.
why are people getting so upset about hugging?
And
He's happy. They're
they
happy
want
together.
because they're jealous that he's getting hugged the way they should be. So
Exactly. Not being a dick about each other. Like granted, yeah, for some people, yeah, it's super awkward and super weird. But like yo, like he's like Tony Khan is happy that he's making money. He's
yeah,
making money,
he's making money.
he, he's living his dream. Like he's loved professional wrestling for ages.
Uh-huh.
Like, would you be mad about that? Like, I'd be
No,
fucking hugging the dude if that was me.
right?
Like, I'd be fucking happy as fuck. I'd be like a fucking pig in fucking mud and shit. Like, it's fucking like
uh
I'd be super ecstatic.
and then the next match was Jay White, Hangman Page, Okada, and Cole for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, yeah. Jay White is
This
fucking insanely good.
He's fucking good, and I mean, I thought they were. I thought he was gonna drop it to either Page or Cole,
Yeah.
but having him just legitly just fucking steal that victory.
Yeah, and that was legitly stole too. Granted, like there was a reason why that happened because, of course, it looked like Cole
Adam,
pretty much had got a
uh,
concussion in the middle of the match.
yeah, yeah, that's what happened. That was the report earlier, and that's why he wasn't on Dynamite.
Yeah, which makes sense. Like he needs the
Yeah,
rest after that. Like
yeah,
especially since he also like hasn't been wrestling at 100% for the last few weeks.
yeah. He's been injured.
Yeah, but it's good that he came through in this match. Hangman
Oh yeah,
actually did his thing, of course, but
yeah.
also like Okada. Okada is
Okada's
so fucking good.
he's fun to watch.
Yes, absolutely. He is absolutely fucking great. All these dudes, honestly, like from New Japan, are fucking
Hmm.
fantastic. They're
Yeah,
fucking great. Like
they
there's a
really are.
reason why they're there. New Japan is one of those places that you're just like, holy shit, like there's not like a dull wrestler over there. At least
Right.
that's what we got. We got the good ones. If that's what it was. But they're fucking good. They're good in New Japan.
And
Like everybody that I've seen from there is great.
Okada got the biggest pop of that entire group of
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah. He really did.
Yeah. And then the final match of the night, which was another just it started with a bang and it ended with one. Like there was not a dull
Mm-hmm.
moment. On Forbidden Door was like better than like the last 17 WrestleManias I've ever watched.
Yeah,
um,
I'm not mad about that. That's actually really
and
that
and
tracks, dude.
and the headliner was Moxley versus Tanahashi for the AEW World Title because
The
we
interim
all
world
know
title.
the interim, yeah, because we all know CM Punk unfortunately got injured
Yes.
uh, when in the match that gave him the world title,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, and for the time that he's out, having John Moxley holding the belt as I'm not mad.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it at all. I
Especially
kind
because
of figured that's how it was gonna be. Like, of course, they
yeah,
didn't
me
want to
too.
automatically just give it to him. You gotta,
Yeah, yeah.
build
But
some
like,
type of story to
what
get
makes
there.
what makes this even more special is think about all the bullshit that Moxley put up with in
Yeah,
his career,
yeah.
in all the shit in his personal life.
Mm-hmm.
Between like, and like losing one of his best friends, Brody Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Um, rage drinking and having a kid and checked himself into rehab to be a better dad and like this
Mm-hmm.
whole bunch of shit that went on in this man's head, and now he's our he's our interim world title holder, and you
Yep.
know what? Yeah, yeah, yes, sir. Hold this title. You fucking earned that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Hold on to it for
And
as long as you
and
can.
and like, even though I was so grateful that CM Punk got a championship after not
Mm-hmm.
being able to hold a title in like what we're talking like 8 years.
Yeah.
Not since that whole like he had the whole like replica John Cena championship thing.
Yeah.
Um, but like let Moxley have this for a while, and then
Yeah.
you two go about it and have a fucking killer match.
It's gonna be a brawl, dude. It's
And
gonna
who
be a brawl.
and whoever wins versus Punk and Moxley, I'm not gonna be mad because they're gonna go to town
Yeah.
and they're gonna shake
Absolutely.
each other's hand at the end of this fucker.
For sure, dude.
Because these are two guys that were fucked over by that dumb fuck Vince.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like they finally made it in a
Yeah.
good company.
Yep. Absolutely.
But there was a lot of back and forth with this match, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Tanahashi's fun to watch.
Yeah. I was just about to ask you, what do you think about Tanahashi in ring,
Oh
dude?
my god. Fucking one
He's
of
a
the best I've
beast,
seen.
dude.
Yeah.
He's a beast. Like he is the poster child. Granted, Jay White is the champion, but Tanahashi is the poster child of New Japan.
Yeah.
Like if like like seeing Tanahashi in New Japan is kind of like seeing CM Punk, or like kind of like seeing Hulk Hogan back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan coming out is what you get from Tanahashi now.
Yeah.
The pop that he gets is fucking insane. Same with the pop from from Okada. Same type of shit. Like it's great. And I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Tanahashi, like his back and forth. Granted, yeah, there is the language barrier there slightly, because of course John Moxley's done a lot of things in New Japan. But when it comes to wrestling, you technically all the moves are the same. You don't necessarily need a language barrier. There is no language barrier. Wrestling is wrestling, so like it all works no matter where you go or what you do. Which is I love it. Like they know where they're going every single moment of the match.
Yeah.
This was by far like one of my favorite Moxley matches that I've seen in a while. Until what we're gonna talk about next. But overall, this pay-per-view was actually really fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Probably one of
I
the
give it
best pay-per-views I've seen in quite a while.
again better than the last like every WrestleMania that I've ever watched.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm saying this is probably the pay-per-view of the year for me. From what we've seen so far this year. It's the middle of June when this came out. Halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And this is by far the best pay-per-view that's come out of professional wrestling in general. No matter what company it is, this is the best one that we've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which led to the go home show from AEW, the AEW's Dynamite that we had this week.
Yeah. Blood and guts.
Yes, blood and guts. But you can have blood and guts, of course. We're gonna get blood and guts because, of course, we need to. It's something that's been built up for quite a while. But before we get to the building to the nook and cranny of the show, we had a few opener matches, which were actually quite fun as well. Well, the first match was Orange Cassidy, we saw previously, against Ethan Page. Is actually one of my favorite dudes in AEW right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's very underutilized, not for a bad reason, because he's actually really good, but they're building his character, and I love his promos. Like his promos are fucking insanely good. And I'm just like, I want him with a title. Like he needs to have a reign with
Oh
one
yeah.
title. I don't care which one it is, but he needs a belt. Whether it's a tag team title, whether it's a fucking the the TV champ, the All Atlantic champ, the world title. Give him to him. Even the women's champion. If he wants to fucking go and do a sex change and fucking do his thing, fine, whatever. It's gonna be awesome. I love Ethan Page in the ring. I enjoyed him since his Impact days, as himself, and then his alter ego of Karate Man. He's fucking
Mm-hmm.
good. He's fucking really damn good. Very fucking entertaining in the ring. And this match, for the opening match in on for Blood and Guts, is actually really fucking fun. Like, and then also when they have uh what's the dude's name? Um, I forget his fucking name. Uh, this dude that's outside the fucking ring. Um, their manager.
Oh right.
My brain isn't working.
Yeah, mine either.
Dan Lambert. Jesus. Yeah. Uh, pretty much like saying like just talking shit, and then at one point he's trying to like distract the referee and stuff like that, and he's coming in and he's talking shit, and Orange Cassidy just comes up to him and he looks like Dan Lambert's about to hit him, and he takes his juice. Orange Cassidy takes his juice and takes the drink of it, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, thank you, that was delicious." And he gives it back to him, and then
He spits it in Paige's face.
yeah, like wow, was not expecting that. I was not
Yeah.
expecting that at all.
No, that was just great.
Yeah, which led, of
Um,
course, to Cassidy winning.
and 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 with his new theme song.
Yes, yes,
So unfortunately, no more Pixies. Where is my mind?
but that's
Uh,
fine. That's
that's
perfectly
fine.
fine
But we
because
got
what we
his
got
theme
was
song for the
Jane
Indies.
from yeah. It was
Yeah.
that was the song that he did in the Indies, um, and it fits and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I enjoy Orange Cassidy and I enjoy both these dudes in that first match was fucking great. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had no complaints about it. I love where they was going. And then where it went next was something that I was not expecting. We had a promo thing from Christian
Yeah.
with Tony. He came out like, "Oh yeah, let's talk to Christian." And Christian comes out and he's like, "Yeah, I got a match. I signed up for a match, or I signed a match for whatever." And then Christian is just talking shit, and he says, I fucking love heel Christian right now.
Oh yeah.
Like, he is a deplorable motherfucker right now.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that, okay, last time he pretty much said, like, oh yeah, uh, your dad is better off now that he's dead, not have you around or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And now
The
it's for,
fact.
and this time he turns it on saying that, oh, your whole family. I'd rather have your whole family dead or whatever, or your family be better off dead without you or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Something like
Which
that.
is
So like,
like completely
and
what the fuck.
don't forget the thing that I pointed out to you last night. Was that um instead of saying outwork everybody, now it says worked everyone.
Yeah.
So like he changed it, and now it's like
Mm-hmm.
totally fucking healed.
Yeah. Complete heal, dude.
Oh yeah.
Complete heal, which is fucking nuts. Because the reason that he was having this promo was because he was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna apologize or whatever. I pretty much said like, yeah, I'm not really apologizing. I'm just pretty much gonna talk more shit. And
Right.
what wound up happening with the match that he wound up signing was Luchasaurus with another heel turn,
Mm-hmm.
we pretty much get like Mecha Godzilla now, which is fucking nuts. Uh, Dark Luchasaurus is fucking awesome. Like I enjoyed Luchasaurus before. It's fucking great. Um, but him coming out now with a new theme song, which is a twisted version of the original theme song of the original Jurassic
Mm-hmm.
Express theme song.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Comes out with the flames, another great add-on.
His mask is now black.
His whole gear is all
Hair is
black.
black.
It's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going up against Serpentico. I love Serpentico. Yes, he is a jobber, but he does his thing. Like he is really fun to watch in the ring, especially like when you know he's gonna lose. You know he's gonna lose. When you see him going up against like a bigger dude, you're just like, yeah. And just seeing him trying to get away and trying to not do anything in the match or trying to do something in the match, and then granted it doesn't work in his favor, is insanely good too.
Yeah.
So if you haven't really watched Serpentico, check him out. Also, check out his fucking Twitter feed. His Twitter feed is fucking insanely hilarious. Like he got one win on Dark a few days ago or a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm undefeated now." Well, granted, he's lost pretty much his last like 35 matches. But that's just because, of course, obviously he's a fucking worker.
Yeah.
But he's good at what he does. He puts
Mm-hmm.
people over like crazy.
Yeah.
And I enjoy him. He also does a lot of stuff behind the scenes too, like a lot of commentary and stuff, the Spanish commentary. Because he's actually, like, if you really look for it, if you want to know, he's actually John Cruz. He started out, without the mask in AEW, but he also does a lot of stuff on behind the scenes and, like I said, the Spanish commentary and stuff too. So check him out. It's fucking good. But yeah, Luchasaurus destroyed him.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, like you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah.
No, it was over.
Yeah, it was over before you even like paid attention to it. But he didn't win by pinfall. He won by like a twisted version of the move that Jungle Boy usually does. Which I'm like, okay. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with Luchasaurus and how is this gonna lead to Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy, who essentially was like his best friend for some
Mm-hmm.
time, even from the Indies and stuff coming back. Is this gonna be like them having a match together, or is it gonna be uh, Luchasaurus wind up turning on Christian, just like they turned the other way? I want to see what's gonna happen.
I need to see what's next.
Yeah, I am excited. I'm so fucking excited. Like I'm like I'm like the fucking gift. Like
um.
um.
So then our next match was Danhausen and Friends versus Max Caster and the Gun Club.
Yes.
And now, of course, the Acclaim came out with the Ass Boys,
Yes.
and immediately fucking Max Caster did a line about drinking. He'd rather drink the water from Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was just like, being that they were in Detroit, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he knows how to bring in the fucking heat.
Absolutely. No, but my favorite line was when he said, "How are you guys gonna root against a white guy in white
face? Didn't he call him a juggalo?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so great. That
Yeah.
was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you gonna root for a white guy in white face? I'm like, oh my god.
That was my favorite line today.
And then I got to hear my favorite theme song in AEW.
Yes.
Danhausen's theme.
Yes.
Very nice.
Followed by the next favorite. The next favorite.
Followed by the Friends.
Yeah.
Fucking FTR.
Yeah. FT
That
motherfucking
was
R.
that was such a great match, and you see the look
Yeah.
on fucking Max Caster's face. He's like, how?
Hmm.
No, wait, how? No.
Yeah.
I mean, and
And
this goes.
I
Yeah,
enjoyed the way that he pretty much brought them out. He was like, "Oh yeah, apparently I've been put together with these guys that know a little bit about wrestling."
yeah.
And then you hear their theme come on. I'm like, "Oh,
and
this motherfucker."
and it brings up what I was saying earlier about FTR. Is like these guys fucking work.
Yeah,
Like these
they're
guys,
fucking great.
and this is why they're my favorite tag team. Like they
Yeah,
literally they don't just have tag titles. They literally work for them and
yeah.
work to hold them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
They deserve every last bit of it.
yeah, 100%. These guys are,
Yeah,
yeah. Um,
they're fucking fantastic.
and of course, as we expected,
Yeah,
Deadhouse and
we got the win.
FTR defeated, yeah, defeated the
Mm-hmm.
Gun Club and Caster. But what we
Yep.
didn't expect was that Bowens rose from his wheelchair.
Yeah. In a type of distraction because they were trying to distract him.
Yeah, and then Danhausen cursed him,
Yep.
and he inadvertently hit Austin with the
Yeah.
the crotch.
Yeah. Which led into more story because after the pin, Billy came into the ring and it was trying to console or being super excited that Bowens was actually walking,
Yeah,
but yet he didn't say anything to his boys.
right.
So it's kind of like, oh, where is this going?
Where's this? Yeah, is it like father versus sons?
Yeah, or is it
Eventually,
gonna wind up just being the ass boys against the acclaimed?
right.
Kind of essentially breaking off that whole thing because we in the last few weeks we since Max Caster and the acclaimed has joined the ass boys, there's been a lot of favoring. He's been
Mm-hmm.
favoring the acclaimed more than he's been favoring his sons, and you're just like, wait, why is he favoring them more than his actual kids and treating them more like his kids? So it's interesting to see where this is going to go. I want to see where this is going to go. How is this going to play out?
Oh yeah.
Because of course, this is storytelling, man. This is really good storytelling. I want to see where
Mm-hmm.
it's going to go. But it was good to see FTR actually come out with the win. FTR and Danhausen. Of course, from what it looks like, for those that haven't really seen a lot of Danhausen matches, he gets fucked up a lot.
Yeah.
But he's good at what he does, though. Like he he
Mm-hmm.
he sells it. He sells it really, really well. Um,
Yeah.
and
He's a lot of fun to watch.
yeah, he's fun to watch. Um, that led us to the next match, which was Jade
Oh, like
Cargo versus Layla
versus.
Gray.
Yeah, that match was kind of meh.
Yeah, but you know what it is
It,
like. Granted, they're trying to give her a push for now until they're probably gonna let her go to 40 wins or to 39, like kind of like they did for Sheeta when she was about to get the 50th win or whatever, and she didn't.
mm,
But I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to get to that before they let her lose the title. Um, but this was a fun match. Layla Gray is actually really good in ring. She's had a lot of things. She's been on a lot of dark matches, of course, obviously losing. But on the indies, she's actually really good. She's done a lot of good shit. She's actually a champ of one of the indies promotions out there. Um, but it was actually a really fun match. And then after the match, Stokely would pretty much talk to her and kind of led to her and the baddies pretty much teaming up and beating up uh who was it that ran into the ring? Not
oh
uh was it Ruby Soho that ran out? No.
Yeah.
Chris Statlander, and Athena.
Mm,
They all started
right, right,
beating them up. Yeah.
right.
So it's kind of interesting. I want to see where that story is going. But of course, it felt kind of flat for a minute. But it's okay. It's
Yeah,
fine.
because then they made up for it with blood and guts.
Yeah, they made up for it with an amazing, amazing, amazing match, which was blood and guts. Um, Essentially, the Jericho Appreciation Society going up against the
The
be-
combat. Yeah,
the Blackpool Combat Club
but I love that the
with
J. Yeah,
with with the Proud and the Powerful, or
but
and
what I
and Eddie
thought was
Kingston.
great.
Yeah,
What I thought was great was that the JAS were dressed up like a Clockwork Orange.
yeah, that was pretty cool. That was really
All with
fucking cool.
the bats and the hats. I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Granted, yeah, Jericho always wanted to come out with Floyd, but it was
yeah,
pretty cool. It was pretty cool to for them to come out that way. It was fun. I was like, okay, and they tend to do that because when it was the inner circle last time for Blood and Guts, they all came out dressed in all white.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah, and that's what he does. He plays off the sports entertainment route, which
mm-hmm.
which makes sense, and I get it.
Yeah,
But this was a brutal brawl. I enjoyed every second of it. I loved it. I was like, I was super excited just to see the violence because that's what I
yeah,
love. I love the violence
mm-hmm.
because I guess I'm just a sucker for the. I'm a sucker for dudes getting their asses beat. It's fucking good. It's fucking entertaining. It started out with Claudio and Sammy, and
Yeah,
every what 3 minutes they kept bringing in people, kind of like the Royal Rumble. Every couple minutes they'll bring in another person, but at this point you're bringing in another person, but you're bringing another person from the other team, so you're going back and
mm-hmm.
forth.
Yeah,
So yeah, this was fun. That was a real fun way to start bringing people into the match instead of just getting everybody in at one time and then maxing out because this was essentially a whole hour match.
yeah.
But being that everybody came in little by little, the entire match didn't really start until 9:30. So you had a
Which was
whole half an
nuts.
hour
Yeah,
building and
yeah. You had a
building and
whole half an hour of just
slowly building
everybody kicking
everybody
each
into
other's
the ring.
ass,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, the bell rang.
Yeah. Then you're like, oh shit. Even though the match essentially had started,
Yeah.
it took a while to get everybody there,
Um,
which I have no problem with. I'm good with it.
and then unfortunately Santana got hurt.
Yeah, yeah. That was sad. That was
Mm-hmm.
like he's one of those dudes that I'm like, yo, like I love seeing him wrestle. And what sucks is that like at this point he fucked up his leg, and who knows how long it's gonna take him to get back.
Yeah.
Um, he's gonna wind up having to get surgery because it was a bad drop. He went
Mm-hmm.
in for like a sidewalk slam, and he like it looked like his knee buckled or he just fell the wrong way. But yeah, hopefully he gets better. I want to because I want to see him and Ortiz with the tag titles because they're fucking good.
Yeah.
So I want to see where they're gonna go with that.
Uh, One of the best things of the night was when Moxley introduced the broken glass and Tony
Yeah,
Parker onto it.
yeah, so good. Between that and the thumbtacks, yes, please,
Yes, please.
yes,
And like, I mean, I mean, seriously, fucking, we, we saw the death of Sammy Guevara last night.
yeah, yeah,
He got McFoleyed.
yeah. He really did off the cage
Mm-hmm.
onto
Mm-hmm.
essentially a table,
Yeah.
but this was better than last year because last year's spot, Jericho got pushed off the cage onto the stage that was clearly a crash pad,
Right.
but this time
It was just an
you
actual
couldn't
table.
notice. It was an actual table, but you couldn't really tell
Couldn't
that there was a
notice. Yeah.
crash pad underneath it.
Right. Because it was hidden a lot
Kudos to
better.
them for that.
Yeah. They probably saw what they did wrong, and they were like, "Oh, okay."
Well, yeah, because they got so much criticism for it last year.
Yeah. Yeah. So like,
Everybody shit on that spot last year.
um, but it's like Sammy. He's dead.
Yeah. I literally tweeted RIP Sammy. Granted, yes, he's not dead, but
Right. It was
it
just
was
bad.
fun. Yeah.
He
It was
literally
a hell of
got.
a spot, and that's what Sammy does. He puts his life on the line every single time he's in the fucking ring.
I
That's what
mean,
essentially all of these dudes did in this match.
remember when he flat out said, I'm loco."
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
he does it all the
and
time.
I just Google searched Jericho with the crash pad. Wow, that's bad.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
He like MJF pushed him off the ring, off the cage,
mhm.
and he fell into on the stage, which essentially had a crash pad underneath it, and it popped. Literally, it popped. Yeah, yeah. You
uh,
see everything, and it was pretty bad. But like yeah, like I defended it, of course, because you do you really expect them to jump to fall off a fucking huge thing and
mhm,
not have some type of padding underneath there? Come on, people.
right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's it's real, but it's also fake because we don't want our athletes to get hurt or worse.
yeah. You don't want the performers to die.
And especially Jericho is older. He's where Sammy is like 20 something. Jericho's like
Yeah,
just about 50.
Jericho's old enough to be his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But this
but
was
all
this was a
things
fun match.
although all things considered, Jericho is in fucking great shape for
Yeah,
somebody of
absolutely,
that stature. And like
absolutely.
the fact that he still does springboard, like when he used to like hop from like the turnbuckle ropes
Mm-hmm.
to do like his, the fact that he still does all this like he's
Yep.
in his 30s. I'm like,
Yep.
you know, he puts on a show.
He doesn't do a lot of the stuff they did when he was in his 20s, but he does a lot of the shit that
Right.
he did in his 30s.
He does what he can.
Yeah, and
Um
more power to him because he's fucking good at it.
uh I did enjoy seeing Claudio Castagnoli do the fucking the spinning but on top of the
Yeah,
cage.
yeah, dude. When he spun Jericho on the top of his cage, I was like, "Holy shit!" I really hope he doesn't drop him.
I was like, I really hope it doesn't like have the crowd catch him.
Oof. Eesh. Yeah, that wouldn't have been no buenos.
You gotta
Um,
wonder how much practice they had of this match going into it because it was
yeah,
so choreographed well
yeah. It
that
was it was really well done. They practiced. You have to practice something like this.
yeah, you can't be like, I mean, just look at it like in heels, right?
Yeah.
Where like it's like, okay, we're gonna, this is, I go in with this, you go in with that, we counter, we do this, and then you go up the ladder or whatever.
Uh huh.
Um, but like think about the amount of work they did to get this performance, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just so well done. Like
Yep.
kudos to them. They did
Yeah.
such an amazing job pulling off Blood and Guts.
Yeah. One of my favorite spots was when Angelo Parker was being chased by Wheeler Yuta, and
Yeah.
and he's trying to get out of the ring
Yeah.
through the side of the cage, and he winds up getting stuck on the side of the cage and hanging there,
Yeah.
fully bloodied, like his face was full of blood. That was actually essentially what before he got out there. It trickled all over his body, so you see a bloody, super bloody version of him just hanging upside down outside of the ring. I was like, that's fucking nuts. That's enter-fucking-tainment right there. That made
Yeah,
me
it really
super.
was.
Am I wrong for saying that made me really fucking happy?
No, not at all.
But that was a real fun moment of the match. Also, like seeing Daddy Magic being power bombed on thumbtacks by Mox. I was like, yes, please. And then just seeing his reaction to it, his reaction to getting slammed on thumbtacks was fucking fantastic. Because it looked like he wasn't expecting it, or that he'd never done it before. Granted, he I don't think he has, because of course he was in NXT or WWE before. And they've come such a long way since then. They were essentially his jobbers back over there. To come over here to be like main eventing fucking Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Insane huge difference. And that was a huge spot. Really good. It was a hell of a spot right there. But overall, Blood and Guts was fucking fantastic.
It was, that match was like, it should have been part of Forbidden Door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how good it was.
Yeah. Oh, and we didn't mention the closer for the match was actually really good. Both Claudio was up on the cage, which he was coming up to help Eddie Kingston while he was up there with Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Because Daddy Magic had climbed up to the top of the cage.
Yeah.
To, interfere with Eddie Kingston trying to go for the win up there. But that led to Eddie Kingston putting Jericho into submission hold, the same submission hold that he beat Jericho with at Revolution 2 pay-per-views ago. The same one he beat him with, while Claudio had Daddy Magic in another submission hold right next to him. What was it? It wasn't a figure 4, was it? No, it wasn't a figure 4. It was something else.
Something else.
I don't remember what move it was. But essentially had him in that, and then Daddy Magic tapped out before Jericho tapped out. And then you see Eddie Kingston's look like, motherfucker, you stole my win.
Yeah.
Because essentially, Jericho, he wanted to fucking embarrass Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't get a chance to. Because at this point, Jericho's pretty going to say, like, oh yeah, you didn't make me submit, you didn't make me quit.
Right.
Because that's the only way to win this match, was by submission or just saying, yeah, I quit. But yeah, so, which kind of builds the more story that we get with Eddie Kingston, with Claudio, because for those that don't know, Eddie Kingston and Claudio have a story that's been going on for over 10 years, over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Before Eddie joined AEW, before Claudio even came over to AEW, before Claudio joined WWE, this whole feud has been going on since then. So over a decade, and it's an insane story. So if you go online, go find that. There's a video that's like a 15-minute video that explains the whole reason why Eddie Kingston and Claudio was a great feud. But yeah, I am excited to see what's going to come out of this and see where it's going to go, because of course, we know AEW is good for long-term storytelling.
Yeah.
Giving you a story that has an amazing payoff at the end. So where is this going to go? how is this going to play out? Are they going to continue with the Jericho and Kingston storyline, or are they gonna squash that and bring with Eddie Kingston and Claudio for a little bit? Or are they gonna have like a bigger push for Ortiz now that Santana's out?
Yeah.
Because Ortiz has come a long way since he started in AEW.
Oh, absolutely.
Like he's lost a shit ton of weight and he's become faster and stronger and harder than he ever hit before. Like I've become an even bigger fan of Ortiz than I did when he first, came over. Granted, they did a lot of stuff before, but I didn't really see them before when they were over in like Lucha Underground and like what was the other one, like NXT? No, not NXT. I think it was Impact that they were at before. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do because they were with Eddie Kingston back in the day too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with LAX. And yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. I want to see where
Yeah.
this is going.
Yeah,
Storytelling, stories.
at its finest.
Absolutely,
And
it's
I'm
fucking
excited
great.
that I'm excited that AEW is coming back to Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Yes, that's gonna be
Nine
fucking
twenty.
dope, dude.
Yeah, 9/21, which is almost
Yeah.
a year to the date that I went for my first ever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And and now this time it'll be a hell of a lot easier to get to and from the venue.
Yeah, man.
Cause now I don't have to take 8,000 different modes of transportation to get home. Now it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Q train done.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be great.
Gonna be great.
It's gonna be fucking fantastic, dude.
And
So
for
yeah.
AEW for the Grand Slam, hell yeah.
Yeah. Grand Slam, Dynamite, and Rampage, and possibly, well, not possibly. You're also gonna be getting fucking one of a couple dark matches in there too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, make
Well, I
sure you're
mean,
there early. Like I've
oh
always
yeah. I
mentioned, I
mean,
always say, be there early.
be there early and stay for everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So,
Absolutely.
anything else you want to add to the show?
No, I got nothing.
All right, awesome. So, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys check everything on all the links to all the stuff that's in the description. Especially check out Fight TV. That first link that's there. Um, we get a bunch of different wrestling stuff that's there. Of course, we have like I mentioned earlier, there's Slammiversary up there. Go check that out. Also, I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of ROH stuff there as well. But also, keep in mind that they're actually going to be having an ROH pay per view happening next month. Death Before Dishonor, which is their
Mm-hmm.
next ROH pay per view since the super card that happened a couple months ago. So
Yeah.
keep an eye out for that shit. Um, so we'll see. Let's see what's gonna happen with that because we don't know really what's been going on with it. Because of course, it's not really a thing anymore. ROH hasn't been a thing for over 6 months, and we're finally getting a pay per view.
Yeah.
Granted, all the titles are still around. Jonathan Gresham is still the ROH champ. Wheeler Yuta is still the pure champ.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes Martinez is the women's champ. FTR is
The tag champs.
the tag champs. Samoa Joe is a TV champ, even though he has not defended that because he's out doing Twisted Metal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be interesting to see him go up against Jay Lethal for the title at Death Before Dishonor. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, or probably the next few weeks before then. But yeah, it's going to be cool. I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see how things go and what other wrestlers are going to be coming back for ROH because granted there's no TV time for them yet, but we do have the pay-per-views coming. Um, but how are you going to fill a whole ROH event without having actual ROH wrestlers.
Right.
So what's gonna happen? Who's gonna be there for these shows?
Yeah. It's a good question.
Yeah. So this is gonna be another thing that I'm looking forward to. So check out Fight TV, see where it's going, and also to keep an ear out here to Suplex City Geeks, where we bring you all the wrestling shits, because that's what we do. It's what we fucking do every so often, because we've only done it but so often. Um, but yeah, we got all the shits here. Check us all out. Find us on Facey Space. Oh no, before we get there, find us on the SoundCloud, on Stitcher Radio, and on Spotify. Just look up Industry to Geeks. You'll find us there. That's the main page, and it's all under the same shit. It's all on the same feed. It's all there. Find us over there. You can find us on the socials. So check out facyspace.com. That's Industry Geeks on Instagram, Industry Geeks, Twitter, Industry Geeks. Also find us on the Suplex City Geeks Twitter as well. Though we're not really doing much on there because, of course, we haven't had many episodes. But you can find us doing more shit on our personal stuff. So, Brian, we can find you, sir.
You can find me on social media at Bri2J Presents, both on Twitter and Instagram. Check out bri2jpresents.com.
Mm-hmm.
You have links to a whole bunch of things, including my blogs, my YouTube videos, action figure reviews, new content coming soon.
Toys.
You could, of course, find links to innercitygeeks.net. The link is up on the top of the page. And yeah, just new content coming soon for me. Where can we find you?
You guys can find me on the Instagram and the Twitters at Mr. Jackal, MisterJackal. And that about wraps it the fuck up. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you very fucking much. Enjoy wrestlings. But we'd like to wish you the best in all your future endeavors.